Hi, my dear students. Today I'll be discussing about the chemistry of corrosion. Corrosion is the biggest issue in Indian economy, not only in Indian economy, the global economy. Here, the corrosion is nothing but rusting, that is, the oxide film formation on a metal, that is called rusting. In the case of iron, you are able to get that red rusts, and in the case of copper, green rusts. In the case of aluminium, white rusts are formed. And in fact, almost metals are electropositive. Electropositive means they have the tendency to release the electron, and this release of electron is called the oxidation, that is removal of electron, de-electronation. So this is the natural tendency of any metal to undergo oxidation. So metal becomes metal oxide by the aerial attack in presence of water. So air and water are the two important compounds required for the rust formation. So the metal undergoes oxidation to give metal oxide. As I already mentioned, water and air are the essential components of during the process of rusting, so that the metal becomes a metal oxide film. So once the metal becomes a metal oxide, its strength is weakened, the metal strength is weakened, and thereby it damages the structure, because it is the deposition of these rusts. It is something like a salt, is it not? Iron becomes iron salt, Fe2 plus. Okay, so that is why the structure is further weakened. Suppose if the bridge is made up of iron beams, if it is rusted, the bridge may at any time collapse. So how to prevent that? And before that, let us study the mechanism of this rusting. What is the chemistry behind that? So this is nothing but an electrochemical reaction, or you can call it redox reaction. That is, oxidation and reduction, they occur together. Here, when I say electrochemical reaction or corrosion, you should be able to identify the anodic site and cathodic site on the metal. Let us consider this is the iron bar or iron sheet metal or anything iron, like iron rod. So let me consider this iron base, where this iron base is exposed to water at one place and exposed to oxygen at another place, and there arises the electrochemical cell, because anode is the region of metal exposed to low oxygen content, that is, it is enclosed by water. So that is why this portion is called anodic site, okay, or anode. And what about cathodic site? The cathodic site is the region of the metal where it has the high exposure of oxygen, that is, there will be plenty of oxygen available, and therefore it acts as cathode. You should know one important thing: at anode, oxidation occurs, at cathode, reduction occurs. Okay, so I will explain about these redox reactions, okay, subsequently, right? Now let us talk about the electrochemical corrosion. So in electrochemical corrosion, we have already discussed that is the iron Fe, which is in the solid form as an electrode or metal. Okay, so it undergoes oxidation. At anode, oxidation takes place. So oxidation means a removal of electrons. So two electrons are removed here, and thereby it becomes the Fe2 plus. So this is the oxidation, and that occurs at anodic site of the metal. And at cathode, of course, its reduction potential is given as E naught is equal to, you can put E naught like the standard electrode potential of iron Fe2 plus Fe. This is the reduction potential. So its value is 0.44 volt. Okay. Now at cathode, reduction takes place. Reduction means electronation, that is addition of electron. So here oxygen as gas plus, and it may contain the H plus. Then electronation, that is addition of electron, so that it becomes what? That is O I mean H2O, that is water formation. H2O as liquid. Okay. Now we have to balance this. You can put a half O2. Now it is balanced. But this is the non-stoichiometric equation, that is not proportioned. So it should be converted into a stoichiometric equation so that you can multiply by 2. And moreover, you have got 2H plus because 2 and here 2 electrons. So 2H plus 2E it is that is neutralized here so that you are able to get a neutral one, that is water. Now we have to multiply this equation by 2 so that 2 into half 1, that is O2 oxygen gas plus 2 into 2 4H plus 2 into 2 4 electron, so that gives 2H2O. So this is the balanced equation for reduction. Okay, so and its value is found to be, that is the reduction potential of this oxygen to water. So it is given as 1.23 volt. Okay, so E0 for this reduction potential of oxygen. Okay, so that is O2. Okay, so that becomes what? H2O. Right, so this one is equal to 1.23 volt. Okay, 1.23 volt. Now let us compare the value of these two. From the value you can immediately say that which can undergo oxidation. In fact, this is the reduction potential. So lower the reduction potential, higher will be the tendency for oxidation. Now let us compare 1.23 and 0.44. So when you compare which is the lower reduction potential, that is iron 2 plus electrode potential, and therefore this acts as anode, and that is why now it is pretty clear that at anode iron becomes iron 2 plus. So this is this is given in terms of reduction potential. If you want to know the oxidation potential, what you have to do, change the sign so that it becomes minus 0.44 volt, and that is the oxidation potential. But by convention in India, we always interpret the electrochemical series, that is the table of standard electrode potential in reduction potential only. Okay, right. Now we have to combine these two equations. So when you combine these two equations, or how to proceed, now you have to strike out the electrons completely. You have got 4 electrons here, whereas you have got only 2 electrons. So what you are supposed to do, again you have to multiply by 2. So you can multiply by 2 once again, then it becomes what? 2O2 here, is it not? So you can put here, let me write here, because you got, this is 4 electron, you have to multiply this equation by 2. So it becomes what? 2Fe, and this becomes 4. Okay, now it's balanced, right? Now this is the, by convention, anode should be written on the left side, cathode should be written on the right side. Okay, so this is the cathode, and by convention the formula is, that is cell EMF, because we can combine 2 electrode to get the cell, and the cell EMF, that is standard cell EMF, is equal to E right minus E left. Okay, standard potential kept at right side. So kept at right side means at the right side you have got the reduction potential. And what is the reduction potential here? This is how much? And in fact that is for iron, it is minus 0.44. Okay, so minus 0.44. Okay, because it is in the left side. Okay, so you have to put minus here. And what about cathode? Cathode is 1.23. So we have to do, first of all, let us combine these two equations. That is, let us consider this equation as 1 and this equation as 2. Combine these two equations so that you can eliminate 4 electrons. So eliminate 4 electrons. Now combine. So 2Fe plus O2 gas, and this is solid, plus 4H plus gas, that is 2Fe2. Okay, 2Fe2, and what we have, 2H2 plus 2H2. So this is the combined equation. Are you able to follow? and you can put liquid, and this is in the aqueous form, right? Okay, so 2Fe solid plus oxygen as gas plus 4H plus in the aqueous medium, okay, and 2Fe2 plus in the aqueous medium plus 2 water as liquid. This is the cell reaction, that is electrochemical cell reaction of this corrosion setup, okay, right. And what could be its value? This is nothing but E right minus E left. This is the left electrode, this is the right electrode, so you can subtract this, so that now you have got right electrode is 1.23 minus of minus left electrode 0.44, okay, this is the reduction potential. Now you can get what, 1.67 volt. So this is the cell EMF of what, this electrochemical corrosion of iron. Are you able to follow? So this positive sign indicates that the reaction is spontaneous. So likewise we can talk about this electrochemical corrosion also, okay, right. Further, the reaction, that is Fe2 plus ions, Fe2 plus ions can react with oxygen in presence of H plus. So this is the reaction we have already achieved, that is Fe2 plus, and on further addition of oxygen it becomes what, in presence of H plus, okay, in presence of H plus, and this becomes Fe3 plus, okay, Fe3 plus, and with the removal of water, okay. Now you can balance this, you can put 2H2O because O2 and 4H plus, okay. Now here, that is you have got Fe2 plus, right, and you have 4 plus, okay. So 4 plus plus 2 plus, how much? That is 6. In fact this is 4Fe, right, 4Fe, and this becomes 4Fe3 plus, okay. So 4Fe3, because we have to, that is balance the equation, okay. So Fe2 plus plus oxygen plus 4H plus, that gives 4Fe3 plus in aqueous form, that is aqueous, as aqueous solution, and this is as liquid, okay. Are you able to follow? Right. Now, and this is the ferrous ion, and this is ferric ion. So the virgin metal surface becomes Fe2 plus by the loss of 1 electron, 2 electron, and on further loss of 1 electron it becomes Fe3 plus. Are you able to follow? And this can become that is a hydrous oxide also, hydrous peroxide. For instance, here once in terms of oxygen, FeO, this is iron oxide, and this iron oxide becomes Fe2O3, that is ferric oxide. This is ferrous oxide, its oxidation state is +2, and here its oxidation state is +3, Fe2O3. And this can be in the hydrated form also, based on the number of water molecules trapped. So you can put hydrated, X moles of hydrated iron oxide, that is Fe2O3, ferric oxide, right. And in fact this may be the red rust, and it can become a black rust, and it can further become a pitted corrosion also, a pitted corrosion, and now it can even become ferroferric oxide like Fe3O4, which is the combination of FeO plus Fe2O3, and it can have a hydrated form also like H2O, X moles of water, okay. So thereby the hard structure of iron becomes weakened by the formation of deposition of rust, that is rust collection. Okay. Now let us discuss about the methods of prevention of metal corrosion. We can apply oil so that we can avoid rust formation. We can use rust preventive oil for this method, and we can use the greasing technique. You can apply simply grease, okay, so that you can avoid direct water contact. Then galvanizing technique, that is by applying zinc, and in fact zinc as the that is sacrificial protection. This method is called a sacrificial protection, and zinc has the better oxidation potential than the iron. So by sacrificial protection, it protects the iron. Your example, you have got galvanized pipes, iron pipes, GI pipe, and then phosphating. So this is another technique by forming phosphate layer over the metal, and this can be followed by painting so that the performance of the paint will be superior. Otherwise, you can go for direct painting by applying some red oxide primer or zinc chromate primer, etc. And when I talk about paint, it can be either that is a liquid paint, or that is a powder coating also. So here we have got the, before doing this phosphating, the surface should be very clean. So for metal cleaning, we can adopt sand blasting by physical operation. Otherwise, you can use alkaline degreasing or vapor degreasing. So alkaline degreasing is a water based one, whereas vapor degreasing is organic one. And followed by, if there is any rust, that should be removed, so we can have de-rusting process. But all this process should be properly cleaned, and the virgin should be very, the metal should be, the virgin metal should be very, very clean, and it should be free from dusts, rusts, dust in any form or rust, and even grease or oil. So it should be totally free from all these extraneous matter, foreign matters, so that the metal can easily undergo the formation of phosphate layer, okay, so that it can have a better adherence of paint also when a paint is applied over phosphating. Otherwise, we can straight away do the painting also. Then zinc plating or electroplating. Then alloy, we can have, for instance, that is alloy coatings also. And passivation, by applying some oxidizing agent, you can further suppress the reactions. And cathodic protection, nowadays protection, like we have got the cataphoretic coating, ED coating we used to say, electrode deposition coating. So these are all very famous method to prevent the metal corrosion. So I hope you would have enjoyed this lecture, and we have got further details about that is the individual part, like sandblasting, how to do that, degreasing, alkaline degreasing, vapor degreasing, and how we can do the de-rusting operations, and what is phosphating and what is zinc plating. So these are all the various techniques we will be discussing further in my subsequent lectures. Thank you very much for watching this video.